Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. This is Teacher Simon taking you through Cambridge IGCSE Core Mathematics Paper 3 for Specimen Paper B for examinations from 2025. And this is part 2. Question 11, part A, the table shows part of a bus timetable. On Roman 1, they are saying Raya must arrive at Beaton before 9 a.m. Now look at Beaton, and 9 a.m. we can see actually 9:06. So if it has to be before this, that means must reach there at 8:35. So this person then must depart from Northville at 8:15. Okay, 8:15. So we have to put here 8:15. Next, Roman 2, a bus leaves Oldfield at 8:50. Where is Oldfield? Oldfield is here at 8:50. And arrives at Milltown on time. Okay, that means this person will arrive at Milltown here at 9:13. How many minutes the journey to Milltown takes? Now you can see that if it is 8:50, then we have 10 minutes to the top of the hour. So we shall have 10 minutes, then plus 13 minutes, which are past 9. So plus 13. Then this one will give you 23. Okay, the next part B, the table shows the relative frequency of a bus arriving at Milltown early and arriving at Milltown on time. And if they are talking about relative frequency, it's the same as probability. The number of times something has happened out of the many times the experiment has been done. That is what we call relative frequency. So we are going to have, that total probability is always equal to 1. So that means probability of a bus arriving late is going to be 1 minus the 0.1 added to 0.55. Now this one will be 1 minus 0.65, and this one will give us 0.35. So that means we are going to have 0.35 here. Then next, during 1 week, 200 buses arrive at Milltown. Calculate the number of buses expected to arrive early. Now, expectation, or the expected value, is equal to NP. The number of times the experiment is done times the probability of that intended success. So this is 200. Then times the probability of arriving early is 0.1. So times 0.1, then this one will give us 20. Okay. Number 12, a cafe has 60 seats. 3/5 of the seats are occupied by adults. 9 seats are occupied by children. Find a fraction of the seats that are not occupied. Give your answer in its simplest form. Now there are two ways we can do this one here. Okay. Two ways we can do this. The first way, I can get the number of seats, and then the ones which are occupied, I subtract them from the total. Okay, so the seats now occupied by the adults. Okay, the seats occupied by adults are going to be 5 over, no. It is actually 3/5, then times the 60, because they said 3/5 of the seats, and 5, it goes into 60 12 times. So this one will give us 12 times 3, 36. And then unoccupied seats, we are going to have the total 60, then minus the 9 seats which are occupied by children, then plus the ones that are occupied by adults. So this is 60 minus 45, which is going to give us 15. Then the fraction of these unoccupied seats, it is going to be 15 out of the 60. And 15 goes into 60. So by 1 by 15, we get 4. And they said we write our answer, we give our answer in the simplest form. So this is the only correct answer. 1/4. Okay, then alternatively, So this is the alternative approach. Alternatively, I can use only fractions. Okay, so the fraction, I can have 1 minus the fraction of the occupied seats. So I can say 1 is actually the same as 60 over 60. Then I can say minus, now 3 over 5 is the fraction of the seats occupied by adults, and then 9 seats are occupied by the children. So that is 9 out of the 60. Then I simplify this one. So 60 out of 60 minus the LCM of 5 and 60 is 60. Now 60 divided by 5, you get 12. 12 times 3, you get 36. Then plus 60 divided by 61, then times 9, that. So we shall now have 60 over 60 minus the 45 here over 60. The LCM is the same. I mean, the denominator is the same, so we shall get the numerators and we subtract them. So 60 minus 45, we shall get 15 over 60, which automatically gives us a quarter. Okay, the next, number 13, a bag of nuts costs $3. Joe buys N bags of nuts. So that means the cost of N bags. Okay, it is going to be 3, then times, because each bag costs 3. So if there are N bags, then I say 3 times N. Then the change they are going to give this person, if they pay with the $20 note, then minus the cost here of the bags. So that is going to be the expression of the change. 20 minus 3N. Number 14, this one is coming from circle theorems. They are saying Q and T are points on a circle. QRS is a straight line. ST is a tangent to the circle at T. QR is equal to RS, which is equal to RT. And angle RST is 42. Now, since we have these marks here, this one and this one here, then we look at the opposite angles to those sides. So this one here, and also this side is opposite to this angle here. So since the sides are equal, even the angles here must be equal. So this has to be 42. All right. Now we begin the question. They are saying find the angle RTS. RTS is actually this angle here. So I can say this one is equal to 42 degrees. The geometric reason here can be QTS. Okay. I mean RTS. Triangle RTS is an isosceles triangle. And the base angles of an isosceles triangle are always equal. Okay. What do we mean by base angles? We have this one here, and then we have this one here. They are base angles. Then this other one will be a different one. So that is that. Then the next part, they are saying that show that angle QRT is 84. QRT. So this is the angle they want. QRT here is 84. Now, for any triangle, I want to do something small here. If I have a triangle here, and this is A, this is B, this is C, let me put this one as D. For any triangle, we know that the angles sum up to 180 degrees. But also angles on a straight line, they add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so C plus D is equal to 180. Now, since all of these ones are equal to 180, I can actually say A plus B plus C is equal to C plus D. Now, you can see that this C here can cancel out, and then we remain with A plus B, which is equal to D. So, the two opposite interior angles in a triangle add up to the exterior angle outside in the triangle, outside the triangle. So that means I have here 42 and then 42 here. When I add them, they will give me this angle here. You see that? So I'm going to say that my angle here, QRT, is equal to 100 and, is going to be 42 plus 42, which is equal to 84. I said my reason here is the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of two interior opposite angles. Two interior opposite angles in a triangle. Alternatively, you can find this angle remaining here. Actually, I can rub off everything here. You can find the angle remaining here. So if this is 42, that means this other angle here, the angle TRS, angle TRS is equal to 180 minus 42 added to 42. So that is 180 minus 84, which gives you 96. Okay, 96. Now, angle QRT. This angle QRT here, this one here, is with this one and they are on a straight line. So I will say angle QRT is equal to 180 minus the 96. Automatically, you are going to get the 84. Okay, then next, part C, explain why the line QT is the diameter of a circle. Now, they told us here that ST, okay, they say that ST is a tangent to the circle. And for any tangent, okay, for any tangent, we know that if you have your circle here, a tangent is that line which meets the circle at only one point. Okay, the angle between the radius and the tangent is always 90 degrees. Now this is the radius, but still I can put another radius here, so this line can go all through the other side and it becomes the diameter. Okay, so I think is the diameter. So we need to prove that this angle between the diameter and the tangent here is 90. Is this 90? Okay, that is what we are supposed to prove. Now we can go back and check this here. QT is a diameter. Now, we need to get this angle here. Okay, we need to get this angle here. So since this one is 84, this is also an isosceles triangle. Okay, let me rub off here. This is 84. So since this is opposite to that and also this one to that, these two angles are equal. This is theta. I can say theta. And then I can find that value, theta. So this is a triangle. When I add them, they give me 180 degrees. So I can have theta plus theta. That one will give me 2 theta. Then plus the other 84. They should give me 180 degrees. So that means theta is going to be 180 degrees minus 84, which is 96. Then I divide by 2, then I will get 48. So since this angle here is 48 now, that means the angle QTS, okay, angle QTS is going to be that 48. Then we add on the 42, and indeed it gives us 90 degrees. So what are the geometrical reasons that I'm going to give here? I'm going to say angle which one? The theta, which is QTR or RTQ, whatever you want. RTQ is equal to 48 degrees. Why? It's because triangle RTQ is isosceles. Okay, it is isosceles. And then next we can say angle between the tangent and QT is 90 degrees. So this qualifies our QT to be a diameter. All right. Number 15, part A, calculate the exterior angle of a regular hexagon. Now a hexagon has 6 sides. Exterior angle of any polygon is equivalent to 360 degrees divided by n. Okay, so this one is now going to be 360 degrees divided by 6, and 6 goes into 36, 6 times, so we shall have 60 degrees here. 60 degrees. Then next, part B, the diagram shows part of a regular hexagon and part of a regular polygon. The regular hexagon and the regular polygon are joined by a common side, and they are asking us to find the number of sides of the regular polygon. Now, for the regular hexagon, we need to get the interior angle here. But remember, we have found the exterior angle, so for any polygon, we have the interior angle here and then the exterior angle here. These angles lie on a straight line, so they add up to 180 degrees. So I can begin by finding interior angle of a regular hexagon. It is going to be 180 minus its exterior angle, which is 60, and the answer becomes 120. Then we need now to get the interior angle of the regular polygon, whose sides we don't know. So the interior angle is going to be 360 degrees minus this 100 and also 120. You know that angles at a point add up to 360. So this is the interior angle of the regular polygon. Okay, so we subtract this 100 and the 120 we know here. So this one will give us 100 plus 120, that is 220. Subtract from 360, that one will give us 140 degrees. Now, we can use this interior angle to get the value of n, or we can use the exterior. It is the simplest. So exterior angle of this regular polygon, it is going to be 360. Okay, it is going to be 180. Then subtract the 140, the interior angle. Then this one gives you 40 degrees. Then after that, we now use the expression for the exterior angle, which is here. Exterior angle is equal to 360, okay, out of n. So I just go back here and I say 360 out of n, it is equal to the 40. When you cross multiply, our n is going to be equal to 360 degrees divided by 40 degrees. Automatically, the degrees will cancel and the zeros will cancel. Then 36 over 4, that one gives us 9. So that means we shall have our answer here as 9. Those are the number of sides of the regular polygon. They can also ask you for the name. So this is a nonagon. Okay. After finding the number of sides, then you can give the name. The next, 16, it's an inequality. Write down all the integers that satisfy this inequality. Integers are positive or negative whole numbers. So if I draw this on a number line, I can have the -4 here, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and the rest. Now, 1 is inclusive, so I shade this circle here. And then 4 is not inclusive, I leave it open. So those are the ones here. This is how we represent it on a number line, okay? Now, these are the integers in between there. Remember, -4 is not inclusive. Check this sign here. So we shall have -3, -2, -1, 0, and 1. Those will be 1. So that is that. And since they are 5, that means 3 must be correct for you to get 1 mark. Okay. Number 17. 4 into b minus 7 is equal to 24. We are told to solve this equation here. There are 2 ways you can do this. Okay. Number 1 is to first divide all through. Remember, when we are solving equations, we undo operations. So multiplication is undone by division and addition is undone by subtraction and vice versa. Then here I can begin by saying 4 minus 7 is equal to 24, divide by 4. Because this was multiplication here, then I undo it by dividing. So I have b minus 7, which is equal to 6. And then to undo the subtraction here, I can use the addition, okay? So b is now going to be equal to 6, then plus 7. Or, alternatively, you can say, take this 7 this other side. Because it is a minus, then it will become a plus. And then your answer becomes a 13. So the alternative approach is this one here. You can have, you open the brackets. So when you open the brackets, 4 times b, that is 4b, and then 4 times 7, that is 28, then is equal to 24. Then we shall have 4b, which is equal to 24, then plus 28, which will give us 52. Okay, got 4b. That means b is going to be 52 divided by 4. When you put that on the calculator, you get 13. Number 18, a pyramid has a rectangular base. The base has the length 4.5 centimeters and the width 2.5 centimeters. If you are seated on a table, you can see it has 4, those ones which are rectangular. So you can get a string and you connect on one side, on all the sides, okay? Then you join the strings here in the middle of that table. So it is going to be where these diagonals meet is the center of that pyramid. So we can have something like this. It has to be vertical here. Now connect to this, connect to that, connect to this, and then this one here, connect it to that. Like that. So that's what we are going to have there. Now they are saying that this is 4.5 centimeters. Then this one here is 2.5 centimeters. And then the height is 7 centimeters. This is our height here, from here. Now, volume of the pyramid, you can check in the list of formulae, they give it to you. It is here. Volume is equal to 1/3 the base area times the height. And this is a prism. So we get the cross-sectional area times the length. So here, but this one is 1/3 the cross-sectional area, I mean the base area, then times the height. So we are going to write here volume of pyramid is equal to a third AH. So this is a third, and then our area here is 4.5 times the 2.5, then times the height is 7. So I just get my calculator, okay, and then I put a third. Let's put everything here. So 7 times 4.5 times 2.5, then down there is 3. So this is 26.25. 26.25 is going to be my answer. This is a terminating decimal. It is exact, so you don't round your answer to 3 significant figures, okay? We do so when the value we get is non-exact, but all terminating decimals are exact values. So you leave it like that, 26.25. Question 19. In June, fuel for a bus costs $0.32 per kilometer. Then part A, in June, a bus travels 1,800 kilometers. Then they are saying calculate the total cost of the fuel in June. So total cost, we just multiply. It's going to be 1,800 times the 0.32. And you just put this in the calculator. So we have 1800 times 0.32. That is 576. So I write my answer here as 576. Next, part B, they are saying in July, fuel for the bus costs 7.5% more per kilometer than the cost in June. In July, the bus travels 1,850 kilometers. Capture the difference in the total cost of the fuel between June and July. So we need to find the new cost, okay? Cost of fuel in July. It is going to be 100, then plus the 7.5, because they said 7.5% more. Then divide by 100 times the cost of that fuel in June, which is 0.32. So this one can give us 1.075. Then times the 0.32, okay? Then next, we can now find the cost, the total cost in July. It is going to be the distance traveled, 1,850 kilometers, times the cost, which is 1.075, times 0.32. Then we can have 1850 times 1.075 times 0.32. That one gives us 636.4. 636.4. Okay, and then the difference is going to be this one we have gotten. So the difference in the cost is going to be this 636.4. We subtract 576, and this one we just put in the calculator minus the 576, which gives us 60.4. So you write your answer here as 60.4. You can even put a 0. These are $60.40. Okay, but even if you write 60.4, it's okay. Next, number 20, this one is coming from coordinate geometry, 20 part A. They are saying the equation of line L is y is equal to 2x. Find the equation of the line parallel to L that passes through 1, 5. Now, for lines which are parallel, okay, for lines which are parallel, they have the same gradient. What is different for them is where they cut the y-axis, okay? So, here you must know this, that parallel lines have the same gradient. So that other line which is parallel to this one is going to have its format as y is equal to 2x, then plus c. So we are supposed to find the y intercept. And now we are going to use this point here. This line passes through. So 1, 5, our y is 5, then x is 1. So 2 times 1, that is 2. Then bring the 2 this side, 5 minus 2. That will be the value of c, which is 3. So that means the equation of that line is going to be y is equal to 2x, then plus 3. Next, part B, they are saying the grid shows line AB. Then they want us to find gradient of AB. So gradient of AB, there are two ways you can do that. We can connect this point A to B, here like this. So then we look at the change in the y. So from 1, the change in x from 1 to 9, those are 8 units, okay? These are 8 units. And then from 1 to 7, those are 6 units. That means gradient, which we know, the gradient is equal to the change in y over change in x. It will be, change in y is 6, change in x is 8. But as x increases, y is reducing. That means this is a decrease. The rate is decreasing. So we put a negative. Okay. Then we can simplify this and we say by 2, we get 3. By 2, we get 4. And then our answer will become negative 3 over 4. Negative 3 over 4. Alternatively, you can pick these 2 points A. Okay, so this is the alternative approach. Alternatively, you get the coordinates of the 2 points. We have A, the coordinates are 1, 7. Then the coordinates of B are 9, 1. Then we find the gradient. So which is equal to the change in y. So I can have this as my y2, then this is x2, then x1, then y1. So y2 minus y1, that will be 1 minus 7, then divide by 9 minus 1. This will be negative 6 out of 8. Do you see that it is the same thing as this? And then our answer becomes negative 3 out of 4. Number 21. The diagram shows a sector of a circle with radius 7 centimeters and sector angle 120. Find the perimeter. So perimeter of the sector, you know, perimeter, we are supposed to add the lengths around a given shape. So here we see the radius. If this is the radius, even this is the radius. So radius plus radius, then plus the length of arc. Okay, the arc length. The arc length. This one here. So this is 7 plus 7, then plus the arc length. You look at the angle which is subtended at the center, then divide by the total, the sum of angles in a circle, which is 360 degrees. And then, because this one was cut off from a circle like that, you see, then this arc length is a portion of the circumference of a circle, and the circumference of a circle is given by 2 pi r or pi d, because diameter is twice the radius. So when you get this 2r and you put it here, then you get the 2 pi r. So times 2 pi, and the radius is 7. Then we know that 12 goes into 360 3 times. Remember the 3 cancels here, I mean the zeros. So that means when you add 7 plus 7, you will get 14, then plus. This is 2 times 7, that is 14, then over 3 of pi. So if they wanted us to leave our answer in terms of pi, that would be the answer, okay? You can even just write it like that as your final answer, no problem. But if I'm to put it here and then I write my answer to 3 significant figures, this is what it is going to be, 28.7, okay? 28.7 to 3 significant figures. Okay, the last page, the diagram shows a rectangle. Capture the value of W. Now, for any rectangle, you should know that this angle, all of these angles are equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so when you look at this triangle here formed, this is a right angle triangle. And for any right angle triangle, we use SOHCAHTOA, okay, or Pythagoras theorem. We use Pythagoras theorem if we are dealing with only lengths, but if there is an included angle, then SOHCAHTOA chips in, okay? So using Pythagoras theorem, we can have 19 squared plus w squared is equal to 25 squared. So the two sides which are perpendicular are the ones that we square, we add them, and then we equate to the square of the longest side, which is the hypotenuse. So w is therefore going to be the square root. You bring 25 squared, which is 625, then minus this 19 squared. So you just put everything in the calculator here. Square root of 25 squared, then minus 19 squared. That one gives us 2 root 66. So I can leave it exact, 2 root of 66. Or you write your answer to 3 significant figures. Both can be marked. Okay. Then next, the very last question of this paper. Now this is the right angle triangle, and you can see that an angle is included. So there, now we can use SOHCAHTOA. Okay, SOHCAHTOA is an acronym that can help you know these trigonometric ratios. S stands for sine, O opposite, H hypotenuse, C cosine, then A adjacent. Then T stands for tan. Now, the side which is far away from the angle is what we call the opposite. Then the side which is adjacent, the side which is perpendicular to the opposite is what we call the adjacent, or the side that is nearer to the angle, next to the angle, so we call it adjacent. And then the longest side is what we call the hypotenuse. Now, we are having the opposite and the adjacent. So looking at our acronym SOHCAHTOA, we shall pick this region here, TOA. So that means we are going to have tan of 54. You don't just write tan. It is a function of an angle. So tan of 54 is equal to the opposite, which is 7.6. Then we divide by x. Now you can cross multiply. You have x tan of 54, which is equal to 7.6, and therefore your x is going to be 7.6 out of tan of 54. Now the rest, we use the calculator. So we have 7.6, then we divide by tan of 54. Now since this is a trigonometric function, you have to check the mode of your calculator. It must be having degrees, okay? There must be a D there. Then this is 5.52 to 3 significant figures. I will write 5.52. 5.52. 3 significant figures. So this has been it for this paper. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you find the videos very helpful, kindly share them with your friends, like and even comment. Okay, please subscribe. See you in the next video.